Hey, what's up, Annex? I've been flipping my classroom, or thinking about doing it this year, so I thought I would flip this training as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a few things that I've been able to play with the new Epson and the new interactivity. First, I'm going to show you how to plug in all your wires, and then I'm going to show you how to play around with it a little bit. Okay? Okay, so you should have one of these wall mounts in your classroom at this point. Show you a little bit about what you plug into each spot. This wire right here is your normal cable that gives you video to your Epson. So you'll plug this into one end, and the other end is going to get the white connector. I'll show you right here. It's going to get that guy right there. So that's going to be hooked up to your computer for video. This is audio 1, so you want computer 1 up here. You want audio 1. This is the audio cable that hangs right off of there. That'll go right into your laptop. A couple other things that I have hooked up is for USB, you're going to plug in this white wire into the USB port. On the other side, you're going to see the actual, let me make sure you can see it here, the USB. So you've got, I'll show you. You got this guy, plugs into the USB, the other side plugs into your computer. That will help you get interactivity with your new Epson projector. The document cam is this black wire. It's really just, or I mean you could have, mine is black, your probably would be white. It doesn't matter. You're going to have USB on one end, and you're going to have on the other end the same as this. You're going to have one of these USB connectors. Okay, you don't really need to use anything else on here. If you have anything that uses HDMI, you can plug that in. It does work. I used it with my Blu-ray player last year. So you have that option. But otherwise, that's pretty much what you'll use this for. Okay, so now I've showed you a little bit about how to plug in and set up. I just turned on the Epson projector with handy-dandy remote control. You have a couple other tools in your tool belt. You should have 2 pens and also your finger, which is all you really need to use some of the interactive elements to this whiteboard. As you can see, I'm on the good old computer 1 auto blue screen. You can see here, even on a screen like this, any screen you want, if you touch the board anywhere or with the pen do the same thing, what you'll notice is you've got a couple things pop up. You have a left and right arrows, you have a bottom arrow. Left and right arrows is where you're going to do most of your work. As you can see, all I had to do was press that with my finger. With the pen, works too. You have a lot of options here, and you have these three are going to be your important. These three are going to be your important kind of key to what you have available to you. Right now, the orange pen will write in black. Here's my orange pen. It writes in black. My blue pen will write in black. Blue pen writes in black, and my finger is the eraser. But you can reset up any one of those options by just clicking with the appropriate tool over here. So I want my orange pen to write in red ink. There it is. All I had to do was hit red. You can see red pops up there, and I still have my finger set at eraser. By the way, the back of these pens, I don't know if you can see it. The back of them, this shows orange. This is actually the same thing as your finger touch. So if you like having an eraser on the back of your pen, if you're old school like that, then that works too. Let's say all these, by the way, are really fat colors. If you want something a little bit thinner, you go to one of these two. The top one is regular pen. You pick what color. I want purple, and I want it to be mostly thin. So now you can see purple is my orange pen, and there it is. cool thing is you can also do this with your fingers. So if I want my finger to be a little bit thicker and red, let's see if that works. Yep, it works. Okay, and you can see exactly what you have available to you right there. So mix and match, play around. The eraser tool's right here. Eraser makes it erase like I showed you. If you use this bottom eraser tool, this is erase everything. It'll ask you if you want to. You hit yes, and it erases everything. A couple other general things that you might use. Right here, this is basically whatever was on your screen anyway, and this is an overlay. If you want to do something completely different, you can go over here, and this gives you basically clean slate. If you want to change what kind of clean slate it is, you click on that link right there. If you want lined paper, you get lined paper. If you want black, so you can write in white, so, you know, dark board, that works great too. If you're math like me and you like graph paper, you can hit graph paper. And then you can do whatever drawing you want there. Go back to the regular computer input. So I'll show you computer in a second. It's not going to work that well since I'm videotaping this on my laptop as well. But what you can also do is you can go to your document camera just like you usually would. You can press the source search button on your document camera and your document will come up. The other way you can do that is down here. This arrow will give you some more specifics. You can see most of these are self-explanatory, zoom, volume, blah, blah. This right here, you might notice this is the symbol for input. It changes your input. For me, my document camera is on my USB. So if I hit USB, there it is. There's my document camera. Now I can walk over here and I can write on my document, write on the piece of paper, whatever, or I can also draw over top of whatever you're looking at on your document camera, which I think is pretty neat, could be pretty helpful to you. Okay, so there is only a couple things left I want to tell you about. If you are showing whatever you have on your computer, your screen mirroring or second screening or something from your computer, you can do all the same things. You can show what you're showing, like your PDF document or your smart notebook or whatever, and you can draw over top of it, and that's great. But you can also be interactive. You can have your finger or pen work as the mouse. I'm not going to be able to show you that right now because I'm videotaping with my laptop, but I'll give you a sense of what that looks like here in a second. So I'm going to go back to, as if I was going back to my computer, go back to input, computer 1. Now imagine instead of the blue screen that I have here saying it's computer 1, I actually have my computer hooked up. I can see what's going on here. Maybe I've got my, my PDF lesson up in front of the class. Okay, I could draw on it. But if you look over here, we've got the pen tool. If you hit that, you can have another option. You're going to have the mouse. It might be a little hard for you to see, but hopefully you can see that there. Hit the pen. You've got a mouse. It's going to probably blank out the screen for a second, and then it'll change it to PC Interactive. And then when you use your finger, it'll actually be the mouse. A couple things for you to remember, things that I've noticed, so that could help you out. This black bar that you see down here, this helps the laser to not kind of mess up based on this kind of shiny silver tray. I've noticed if I have something sitting right here, it might mess the whole thing up. So try to keep this clear. Try to keep buildup of your whiteboard marker gunk. Clean it off if it's kind of acting up. I've noticed that that's kind of helpful. The other thing is that if you want to use your whiteboard marker, like a physical marker on here, you can, but I've noticed that if you have it in interactive mode, then this thing's going to think that your marker is actually a mouse, which could lead to some interesting situations. Also, if you're doing the overlay with the pen, make sure you set the fingertip to eraser. That way you can write whatever you want, and it's not going to write it doubly. It's not going to write it physically on the board and also interactively on the whiteboard. If you have any questions, you know where I am, E445. This is Mr. Brenner, signing out.